So what is up, guys? You got your boy Jet Stinger here today, and today we're back with some reverse 1999 content, and today we're gonna be talking about Anjo Nala. If you guys don't know, this is the newest character that got revealed in the 2.2 live stream. CN had its half anniversary live stream today, where they revealed a lot of new things, and they did reveal a interesting thing for this patch. We're going to be getting a new limited character. This is the new limited character that joins the ranks of Junionza and Lucy, who are characters who will only appear in that patch only, and once their mana goes away, they are unsummonable, unlike the other characters who carry the 3-patch rule, where of course they will be added into the standard pool or can be rerun in other banners, which is of course a thing. And yeah, the 2.2 patch also brought a really interesting change. They're for the first time actually going to be doing a double of the same element this time around. If you guys don't know, for pretty much all of Reverse 1999's lifespan, they've always done 2 different elements for their 6 stars. So for example, like patch 1.8, which is the current patch they're running global, it's a new plant character and a new star character, right? So new plant, new star, of course, Vila and Windsong, and they're not the same element. But this time, they're doing the exact same element this time. This patch is pretty much beast patch. This is pretty much a beast patch this time around, because the new, of course, Anjo Nala is going to be a beast character. The other 6-star that got revealed, Libera, which I'll make a video on when her information comes out, she's also a beast character. And then the 5-star character that's coming is also a beast character that's going to be in Anjo Nala's banner. And I think the 4-star intelligence character is going to be intelligent. So yeah, 3 new beast characters this time around, which is pretty sick. But other than that, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the what Anjo Nala does. We'll talk about how good she is. I'm already expecting that she's gonna be really good, because she is a true limited character. They have not missed with a single true limited character, so I'm expecting that she's gonna be really good. Also, let's go and take a look at her early design from this one here. This little image here, she looks very cute. She looks so cute. But if you guys don't know who this character is, if you're a global player, she's actually in the game story. She's one of the main antagonists that's in the patch 2.0 and 2.1 storylines. She's also known as Kimberly. So if you ever see that name in the the 2.0, 2.1 patch storylines, then this is who this is. This is Anjo Nala. This is her real name. But Kimberly is the alias that she goes as. So yeah. Anyway, let's talk about it. So let's talk about what she does. And of course, before we get into this post, I do want to give full thank you to Gordon. If you guys don't know, Gordon is the guy who does the tier list on Pridrin. So give him, if you've seen his post, give it an upvote. I think that's the least we can do as a community. It's really nice that he was able to put all this information together, so people like me can kind of get an early look and understand what this character does, or get like a general understanding. So thanks again, Gordon, for making this post. And let's get right into it. So let's see what she does. So she's of course the beast, as we mentioned earlier. She's a sub carry debuffer, so she's the first limited sub carry debuffer. All of our carries, all of our limiteds have been carries. So both Junionza and Lucy are actual main DPSs. So she's gonna be a sub DPS. Looks like she's gonna be more support by these tags being debuff, moxie, extra action, and buff. That's, by the way, a lot of tags, dude. That's 4 whole tags that she is. That's wow, that's a lot. That's a lot, my boy. That is a lot. That is a lot. I'm liking that though. I'm liking that. All right, let's read her insights. Excuse me, or her inheritances rather. All right, so upon entering combat, select one ally to enter into the treaty status. Okay, Anjo Nala and the targeted ally will have. Okay, I can read that. Anjo Nala and the ally targeted by treaty gain bonuses based on the target's affiliates. Okay, the ally targeted by a treaty cannot gain or use their ultimate. Any moxie gained or distributed is redistributed to Anjo Nala. Huh. That's interesting. So basically, she's going to take the moxie of the targeted ally. That's interesting. That's weird. Because if they can't gain moxie or use ultimate. I mean, there's a few characters who don't inherently care about their ultimate. Like for example, Centurion doesn't care anymore. because of her new buffs. There's a few people like Marcus doesn't really care unless you really did need the precast, which 9 times out of 10 you don't. You generally get good RNG with her cards. And of course, the main bulk of Marcus's damage comes from using her normal skills. But most units really do like using her ults though. So I don't know. I don't know if that's like a temporary thing where she can then cast the ultimate of the partner. Maybe I think that might be it. It's of course speculating. This is my first time seeing this post, but or maybe like the treaty effect is like something that's temporary. And then once it fades off, then you gain the moxie that was taken by Anjo Nala. Maybe I don't know, but Anjo Nala has increased moxie limit 10 to 12 slots judging by the showcase. What the heck? She has 10 slots? So wait, does that mean she can ult twice maybe? Does that mean she can maybe ultimate twice? Because you need 5 to generate an ultimate card. Or does it mean that she only can generate when she hits 10? Which will be kind of insane. If you need 10 moxie to generate, oh god. Unless she's like some insane moxie battery into her kit or something, but man, I don't know, my brother. But if she can double ult, that would be interesting. If she might have a strong ult, we'll see, but we'll see. Anyway, Insight 2 is increased critical damage. Okay, fair. Insight 3 is when the ally targeted by a treaty actively casts an incantation, Anjo Nala reduces the duration of Joyous. Okay. And depending on the type of treaty form, triggers additional effects. Okay, so these are the bonus effects down here. And let's see, according to the wording, treaty signed depends on the ally targeted. Anjo Nala and the ally will gain bonuses of that treaty type. Okay, so Soul and Flesh, if you partner up with a spirit or intelligence character, you get a bonus of attack and max HP. Okay, that's not bad. And she will cast Satisfying Meal, which is an extra action. I'm pretty sure she casts, I don't know if this is a limit. So if you in the targeted ally, let's just say Lucy for example, because even though you kind of want to use Lucy, but we'll just run with Lucy as an example because she's intelligence. Does that mean every single time you attack with Lucy, she then casts Satisfying Meal, which is it looks like there's a seal right here, which we'll read later, which is that could make her decent just off that, you know. If I think another character that might fit into this is maybe who else? I'm trying to think of a spirit character who doesn't maybe 6. If you're going support route with 6 and you don't really care about getting his Eureka to 5 stacks for the big ultimate nuke, since you're gonna go like the Empower Incantation route, maybe. So let's use 6 instead. So if 6 casts like a buff or a debuff, then that could potentially mean that she casts a Satisfying Meal as a follow-up, which is, that's pretty good. I like it. All right, let's see. Form and Shadow, Beast and Plant Treaty. Okay, so if you link it up to a beast or a plant, I'm gonna use Marcus as an example here. Increases critical damage and reality defense, and the Insight 3 Anjo Nala gains additional Moxie. Okay, so that means she's gonna be a Moxie battery for herself. Okay, that dilemma's already solved. The 10 to 12 slots is already solved. It's already solved. Look at that, Blue Pog being peak again. All right, that's good. So, but I wonder though, if we do use Marcus, since Marcus technically gains extra Moxie, I'm pretty sure the extra Moxie gain goes to Anjo Nala. So that means you could really get a lot of Moxie with Anjo Nala if you use Marcus then. Because think about it, right? If you do get the Percival effect from using the 3 elements that she needs, which is Plant, Spirit, and Intelligence, I believe. So running Anjo Nala, Vila, Marcus, and I'm gonna say Mercuria, because Mercuria works really well with this team, it looks like too. That's gonna give Marcus the Percival effect, and that extra Moxie that she's getting from casting 2 to 3 star Incantations is gonna go to Anjo, and then she's gonna get more extra Moxie. So that's what, 2 Moxie that she can give to Anjo in a sense, huh? Yo, Marcus kind of buff again. Like Marcus buff again, maybe, I don't know, question mark. But I don't know, that seems like a Marcus buff to me. Yeah, that sounds like a Marcus buff. Anyway, Bone and Blood, which is Mineral and Star. Who do we want for Mineral and Star? Who doesn't care about their ultimate for Mineral or Star? I was gonna say Lilia, but Lilia actually, her whole kit is not her ult now because of the buffs. Maybe Two Fairy. We'll use Two Fairy. We'll use Two because you don't really need Two Fairy's ult per se. It's just for cleanse if you need it, but or you know to dispel. But that's only if that's actually an issue. But anyway, increases critical rate and mental defense. Insight 3. Cast Angel's Invite, which is an extra action. Okay, so 2 extra actions and 1 additional Moxie battery. I wonder if you can switch off the treaties though. Can you switch off the treaties? Because this says upon entering combat, but it doesn't look like she can switch off her treaty, which could be that could have been a more interesting way to play her. So here's that. Let me see. Incantation 1, Satisfying Meal, is a 1 target attack that deals mental damage which casts admiration to the target. If the target is in the joyous state, reduces its duration and deals additional mental damage based on the amount of negative statuses on the target. Boom, we have another negative status support unit. That's beautiful. So that means she wants debuffers there too to deal a little bit of extra damage. It's negative status, so maybe Isolde is probably going to be another partner. Since she does buff crit rate and has crit damage, maybe Isolde. Yeah, she does have negative status with burn. Who else has negative status? Technically Marcus too, because Annotate is a negative status. 6 would work too, because Disarm and Blind are negative statuses, I believe. Yeah, there's a fair amount of units that she can work with, so that's gonna be really good. So let me see. Admiration reduces damage dealt, transformed into Charm when it reaches a certain amount of stacks, and Charmed cannot act. Ooh, pretty good. Decreases attack, and Anjo Nala's attack increases by the same amount. Now, we don't know how much attack is going to decrease or if it's going to be a flat increase. I assume it's going to be percentage based, probably going to be like something like 15% attack decrease, and then she gets to 50% attack up, which is okay. That's fine. The connect act effect is pretty decent. That's going to be a really good fit. That's going to be really good for crowd control, so that's going to be a thing. Of course, I assume that this is not going to be good for bosses because most bosses have immunity. But if they're not immune to admiration, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem for like mains and stuff. But anyway, let's see. All right, Incantation 2, Twins Phantom. That's a cool school name. All right, it's a self-channeling effect. Okay, another channel. Enters a joyous state. When the channel ends, cast Angel's Invite. If Anjo Nala is already in the joyous state, decreases its duration. Joyous, which does not have an effect here. Or the effect is unknown. Okay, so we don't know what that does just yet. Okay, we'll wait until we see our actual kit when it goes up on the actual website. Alright, Esther Incantation Angel's Invite. It's a mass attack that deals mental damage, inflicts admiration. If the target is if cast when the joyous channel ends, inflict charm instead. And instead deals a gigantic, which is the translation literally from the game itself, amount of additional mental damage. Okay, so this is probably her big nuke skill then. So that means the self-channel effect is probably going to be over the course of turns. Because if it's, let me see. I'm trying to think how this works. I'm trying to reread this again because I really want to understand this to make sure I'm not like missing over something important. But let me see. Enters the joyous state when the channel ends. So if it's not turn based, then that means you're gonna get like some weaker cast first, then a strong end cast potentially. Or if you get rid of joyous as you're using the skill, and that's when you get the big nuke. Then I'm probably thinking about it as a second way, where if you're using it right as your joyous duration is, or the stacks of duration is like at 1 or something, I assume the higher the incantation level, the more less of the joyous stacks you take away, is what I'm thinking. So okay, there's that. And the ultimate is yet another channel effect. Stab to the end of a beautiful dream. That sounds tragic. But anyway, it's a step channel effect. Both Anjo Nala and the target ally by treaty enter a channeling state. Okay, so double channeling. Okay, I'm following. At the start of the next round, decreases the current HP of the ally targeted by treaty. Oh no. Then then the ally and Anjo Nala cast their respective ultimates. Okay, so that makes it sound a lot more better then. So basically, the ally that's targeted by Anjo Nala won't cast, but then they'll start to cast when she's in this channeling effect. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Anjo Nala launches a mass attack that deals mental damage and inflict random negative statuses on the enemy. This attack deals additional damage based on the amount of negative statuses among all allies. Okay, so this makes their partner options a little bit more open then. Because basically, this means that you can just pop Anjo Nala's ult with your targeted ally and not have no no real consequence. I thought it was like some type of consequence or some type of balancing of, you know, the treaty effects for your partner, because I wasn't really sure how that was gonna work with the whole them not being able to gain Moxie. But I mean, from what I'm seeing here from this whole kit reveal and everything, this looks like a really good character. I mean, she's truly limited, so I mean, were we surprised? Were we honestly surprised? But I like this. I like this a lot. I do love the whole treaty thing. It's an interesting way to maybe pick out teams. Again, I do think that she has a fair amount. I mean, she's gonna probably be in every team. She's a support, so she's a support sub carry. So I'm fairly confident that Anjo Nala is gonna be able to be in multiple teams. I don't think she specifically tailors to one team. I don't think so. It really just depends on what is like the role you want to go with her. If you want to be more Moxie acceleration, I think the Moxie acceleration round sounds a lot more tempting now because of the whole, you know, you cast off an ally. So Beast Plant is a fair amount of units that would love this effect. Not even just Marcus now, because now it doesn't specifically need to be Marcus. It could be someone else now someone who really needs to cast ultimates as a plant. So Beast, there's a fair amount of units that do this as well. I'm pretty sure it just loads up the animation then, because since she's casting the ultimate in this channeling effect, I'm pretty sure that that's what's gonna happen there. So, but anyway, yeah, this is Anjo Nala. I again think that she's gonna be really good. This is of course what he had to say at the bottom of where this is more so just what he thinks about the unit, but I just wanted to talk about the kit itself. But overall, I do think that she's gonna be an interesting character. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I again think she's gonna be really good. I at first didn't think that she was gonna be like, I thought she was gonna be like a little bit difficult to play, but now she seems a little bit more like fleshed out there. But this has been with Stingren. See you guys next time. Peace.